Hey guys, this is Zoe from White Butterfly 1111. I've been drawn today to do a guidance message for the collective from Spirit. So I don't know what they want to bring through, but here we go. So I do have to say that whenever you are seeing this message, it is relevant to you. Because we are all on different timelines in the path or on the path or in our evolution. So take what resonates at the moment, but whenever you see this, I feel that the message is meant for you. And like I said, it is an overall collective message. If you want a more personalized message, there's a link in the description box below if you want any further information for yourself. So, let's see what messages want to come through then. What messages do we want to bring through for the collective? Messages for the collective, please. Oh, two there already, so let's see what we've got. We've got soulmate relationship. New romance with a spiritual basis is here for you now. We have you are being helped. Heaven is working behind the scenes to help you even if you don't see results. All the messages, please. Father healing. Your personal power increases as you give any father related issues to heaven. Oops. Okay, I'm feeling with this is that, and obviously this is for the collective, there are some issues I'm feeling with your relationship with God, with that father healing. It could be on the 3D plane, however I do feel it's more a relationship with God. And I'm feeling that it's, some of you have lost faith in God. Some of you have lost faith in believing that there's a God because of global situations, I'll say. But this is saying to me, even with that soulmate relationship, we can take this as a romance, something like that, but I'm feeling this because it's a collective. I'm feeling that it's like it's your own relationship with God because God is within us. God created us as an image of himself. And it's a spiritual relationship that I feel that we need to get to. And it's saying behind the scenes, there is a lot of work being done. However, you need to have faith and trust that God is always there with you. Now, and I'm going to say this and take what resonates. I don't mean this in a religious factor, because religion is man-made. This I mean in a spiritual nature, and spirituality is not religion. So having faith in God does not mean it's a religious thing, but if it needs to be for yourself, then that is your world, that is your reality, and that is okay too. But I'm seeing this more as we need to connect more with our spiritual selves knowing that God is there spiritually. Let's pull some tarot to see what else is coming forward for this. See, I'm even seeing on this card here, this is about your world as well. So I'm seeing it, even though like there's water, then you see underneath and above, it's like as above, so below. So whatever you're creating down here is going to manifest into the world, like above and around you. So it's having faith that it's not just God who is doing this, because we all are God. It's not a man in the sky saying, hey, I'm going to give you this. That's not what it is. That's the myth. God is everywhere. God is an energy. We are all energy. And that's a total different subject that I'll be going on to. But basically, this is saying that whatever world you are creating, me being God, is going to help you create this world, because that's what you've asked for. Now, and I'm talking of a collective sense now. So the way I see this is, the more we suck and hold on to fear into our lives, is that's what we'll get back. And I say this a lot in my readings, but this is so important at the moment that you need to understand this. If you basically, what I see, look, I'm not very good with sayings, and I'm totally honest with myself with this. But there's something about, the more you keep feeding something, the more it grows. So if we keep feeding that there's war going on all the time, or there's homelessness all the time, if we keep feeding that, there will still be that. So what we have to do is we have to take away that fear and put it into a place of love, because that's where God is coming from, a place of love. And this is why I'm feeling that even though you're not seeing it at the moment, behind the scenes, things are happening for you. But this is where you need to, you need to be so clear about what you want in your world. So if you still feel that there's something out there that's going to harm you, because that's all fear is. It's a fear of death. It's a fear of the unknown. But you will get that in place. I think I mentioned it in one of my videos there last week, or I can't remember when it was, but because most of the time I forget about these. Not that I try to forget, I just forget about them. I even forget about what's been said in the previous one I've done. But basically, in this book by Florence Scovel Shinn, I think her name is, she and I'm going to get the book, so 1 second, sorry. Okay, sorry about that. So basically, I've got the book here in front of me. Look, the book here, Florence Scovel Shinn. This is the complete work. She's got 4 books. And basically, this is from the first book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. Just on the, it's on the first page, more or less the first or second page. And she is saying that what we impress upon ourselves gets carried out, even if it's the smallest detail. So what she said, for an example, she said a woman she knows when she was a child always made believe that she was a widow. She dressed up in black clothes and wore a long black veil, and people thought she was very clever and amusing. She grew up and married a man with whom she was deeply in love, and in a short time he died, and she wore black and a sweeping veil for many years. So the picture of herself as a widow was impressed upon the subconscious mind, and in due time worked itself out, regardless of the havoc it created. So it's needing to understand that what we put out into the universe is what we're going to get back. And that's why I feel like being drawn to this reading, is because if we put out into the universe that there's war everywhere, that there's hurt everywhere, that there's suffering everywhere, that world will still be a reality to us. But if we change the way we look at things, the way we think about things, the way we say things, our world can be completely different. We have to impress or get that subconscious mind believing something different. So like I said, let's see what the tarot has to say. First card out is the Magician. You are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. And what a synchronicity. What a clarification. You are the magician of your own world. You can create and manifest anything into this world just by your subconscious believing that you can do it. And that's why it's very hard, or very, it's not very hard. Well, it can be hard, and this is the problem, is like, because our mind takes over, it can be very hard to actually impress upon that subconscious. But if we keep telling ourselves, that's why people said affirmations are so powerful. Meditation is powerful. Because them words and the advice that you're given impresses upon us. And that first card out just says, oh, we can manifest anything that we want into our lives then. What else does the tarot have for us then, please? And if this is a bit controversial for people, and I totally understand, then so be it. Just take what resonates, like I said, and leave the rest behind if it doesn't resonate. However, this message has been given for a particular reason, and this is what I've been drawn to do. So next cards out were the Tower, life experience, a significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change, time to spread your wings. The King of Earth, generous, professional, responsible and practical, so a successful time, confidently accept opportunities you're offered, and the Midas touch. And this is the thing, is when we open up our world, when we see, I mean, I'm very shocked that the Hanged Man isn't here, because when we see things, I mean, he may come out yet, when we see things from a different point of view, when we change our reality, when we change things around, new opportunities come into us, new things come flooding in. That's why people say you should declutter, because it opens up the space for new. Let's see what else is coming in. So, the Seven of Earth, seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. And this is the same as this. Heaven is working behind the scenes for you. You've planted the seeds that you want in your life. And this is the issue, not so much an issue, but like, it is an issue if you've planted bad things in your life. But you have the opportunity to change that. You still have the opportunity to change that. And I feel that if it's not coming in at the moment, is because it needs to come in divine timing. It needs to come in when you're ready to receive it. And sometimes we need this Tower moment. We need a big breakthrough to allow the new in. And the two cards that come out was the Nine of Water, your wishes come true, concerns fade away, a love of life, and the Knight of Water, falling in love, wedding proposals, the need to balance emotions, an invitation to a social event. So I'm seeing this more as balancing your emotions. It's knowing and using your discernment about when things don't feel right to you, when things do feel right to you. I want to pull some more of these cards at the back there to see if there's any other messages coming through. Oops. What other messages and guidance do we have, please? Okay, so we've got wait. Don't rush into action right now. Bide your time for better results. This is telling you to rest. There's big energies around at the minute, really powerful energies. Some people will say solar flashes, or the full moon in Leo that's just been is like really powerful. It's like there's times when you need to rest up. If you feel your body needing rest, you rest up. If you feel like you need to get up and do something, look, what's just fell out? Wow. Oh my gosh. You've been working hard, take a nap and get some rest. This is telling you need to rest. So even though you want to get up and do something, because that happens to me too, because like I'd be there and I'd be like, I can't just sit there and do nothing. It doesn't feel right to me. But you're being advised to rest. There's so many big energies coming through, and I've not long done a pick a card reading, and most of it, this is the part I remember of it, is like there's light activations coming in at the moment, and they're going to be very strong. So I'm feeling at the minute that it's a time to rest. It's a time to I'm going to say contemplate, because I feel like you need to contemplate what messages you're putting out to the universe, and see, do you feel right with that? Like I said, use your discernment. You trust what feelings you're getting within. And if it doesn't feel right to you, then put a different intention out to the universe. And it's great that we can wait, because I do moon readings as well. Like, it's great to wait for the new moon, the full moon, or whatever. But at the end of the day, God is within you. You create your own reality. So at the end of the day, you can use the powerful forces of the moon or anything else, because it'll enhance your intention, but you can put your intention out anytime. God is always listening. Your guides are always listening. So whenever you feel like you need to, so even if, listen, we're all human. I hope. Only joking. We're all human. So at the end of the day, what you're just having a human experience. We are not all perfect. We are perfect in God's eyes, but at the end of the day, we make mistakes. There's things that we've said, or be judgment of other people, or be negative about a person, or you react to a way because somebody triggered you in some way. But it's how we react to that. It's how we deal with that going forward. It's recognizing and becoming aware that we've made those mistakes and we've done that. And to me, I take that as an opportunity to learn from it. What did we learn about why I've just shouted at somebody? Why I've just like road rage? Whatever it may be. What other advice are you being given? I feel when I brought this out, oh look at this, pay attention as well. Pay attention, notice repetitious signs and your inner guidance, as this can yield valuable information. And this is what I'm saying, you're being given signs, you're being given synchronicities. To me, them signs and synchronicities, you are so in alignment with the universe that it's saying you need to start being aware of what they mean now. So if you see all ones together, what does it mean? New beginnings. Do you know, it's things like that, is like what is actually around you. What are you becoming more aware of? But it's all about our inner self and what we need to evolve and to grow. It's not about what's happening on the outside world, it's what's happening on the inside, because that creates our outside world. What other messages do we need, please? Other guidance. Oh yeah, so before that came out, I was saying that as when I was talking about this arresting, I was getting like this, for whatever, a pain in my back and like my stomach, getting a bit upset. So basically, I think there's like a, do you know like where you get butterflies with not excitement, well you can get excitement, but like nerves. I feel that that's what it is. It's like you're being shoved, you're being pushed to do something that you're very nervous about because you don't know what to expect on the other side. And that's why I'm feeling I got that little bit of a dig in my back and then the nerves like around my stomach, is because you don't know what's happening on the other side, but you have to trust. You have to have faith. You have to know that God would not lead you down a path that was not meant for you. You are being guided at the moment. And this is why I'm feeling, this is why I feel like this has been brought, this reading to you now. But I'm also, some of the readings I've done is all around stepping into your, or onto the path of your North Node. So your North Node is about what you're meant to do, your mission on this planet. And everyone is being advised to do that now. And that can mean that your whole world can be turned upside down. Big, massive shake up with this tower moment. And you know what? The world needs that. So we have to be the start of that. We have to be the ones that push forward and make that decision to change what's happening in the world. And we can only do that when we start with ourselves. What other messages do we have? Coming forward, please. What other messages do we have? Moving forward. Morning affirmations. Say positive affirmations each morning to open the gates of manifestation. And that's what I was saying. People have created these affirmations because I have to take what's underneath as well. Look, contemplation time. I was saying that earlier as well. So like, I'm going to take that as well. So you're being advised, and this, I mean, listen, I'm learning the same as you guys are learning. All I do is I read what I see from the cards. So I take it other card readers do the same. And basically, these are the messages I'm getting. So this is my way to tell you that. So what I'm trying to say is these morning affirmations is, what I've heard is that basically when you are in that state of just waking up, I don't know what it's called, it may be theta or whatever it's called, there's different stages. It's like you can impress upon your subconscious at that time. So that's why you can create them yourself, you can go and look them up online, whatever affirmations you feel you need to say to yourself to get that subconscious believing what you want is what you're being advised to do at the moment. And I mean, it could be an example of let's make it, it's not even a joke, but like, do you know the lucky girl syndrome? If you haven't heard of that, there's a thing going around TikTok with this lucky girl syndrome. And basically that lucky girl syndrome is telling yourself, I am so lucky, everything always works out for me. But they're affirmations. So when something good happens to you because of you believing that, then so be it. This is what you're being advised to do. So another one that I heard was the 369 method. So you say one thing 3 times, a second one 3 times, and a third one 3 times. So there's 3, 6, and 9 things that you're saying. And it's about getting that impressed onto, like I said, your subconscious. So first of all, and this is why you're being told to rest, to contemplate, to meditate on what you want, because then the affirmations come from there. So we can go along and say, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am this, I am that. But what does that mean? You have to be specific. What is it that you want to create in your life? And then start living your life like that. So if you want to go and swim with the dolphins here, I choose to go and swim with the dolphins. I have enough money for me to be able to swim with the dolphins. Whatever it may be. Whatever it may be. But you're being advised to start thinking about these things. And know that see, the thing is, you'll only remember an affirmation when it's true for you. So there's many times I've looked at things and I'm going, right, okay, I have to try and remember that, I have to try and remember that, I have to try and remember that. But that means to me, it doesn't really resonate with you because it hasn't come from you. And yeah, it's great to go and have a look at some ideas. Go and have a look at the ideas of what people put out there for affirmations. But it's got to come from your heart for what you truly believe to be true, your heart-centered space. So let's pull some more tarot, see what else is coming through for you. Okay, thank you. So we have the Six of Earth, gifts of money, time or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan or paying off debts. The Eight of Fire, events moving at a fast pace, delays are over, many things happening at once. Two of Water, a relationship that continues to grow closer, forgiveness, the positive resolution of a conflict. The Page of Fire, news of an exciting new endeavour, use of your originality and ingenuity. I don't know how to say that. And Three of Air, greatness, sadness, take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself or others. And I'm going to take this at the bottom as well, the Two of Air, look at that. Because this says, being unable or unwilling to make a decision, a stalemate, pretending there is no problem. Pretending there is no problem. Why? Because the Two of Air in the original tarot, the lady is blindfolded because she doesn't see what's coming ahead of her. And it's a decision she feels she has to make without knowing what is coming forward. And this is what you've been drawn to. This is your time to make that decision now. It's your time to say, do I still want to live in great sadness, not knowing what's going to be happening? Or do you want to get off your backside, basically, and say, no, this is it now. I'm creating my own world. I'm going to be able to be balanced, stable, healthy, wealthy, whatever. And as soon as you make that decision, it comes in fast like this. But you have to forgive yourself for the problems, the situations you put yourself in, because I was going to say it's not your fault, and it's nobody's fault. There's no blame anywhere. We chose to do this as a soul. We chose to go on a certain path before we came to this planet. And now you're being told you can create whatever you want now. You can create, because the planet's changing. The planet hasn't changed. It's been growing, it's been evolving, but now is a time that it's literally nearly in the 5D stage. And it's like, that is when you can create and you can have whatever you want. So you're being advised now is to have faith in God, yourself, trust that it's all spiritual. It's all happening behind the scenes for whatever you put out there. Things will happen on a certain level for everybody. But this is why you'll see people at different stages in their, or on their journey, on their evolution. And I've seen that myself when I've worked with people. I've explained some things that have happened to me and they're like, oh my gosh, that's happened to me too. Because things happen in a certain way, or no, okay, so I'll put it this way, things happen the same but in different ways of doing it. I'll say it that way. Because it could be that you have been in a really bad relationship. Who hasn't? If you haven't, it's because you didn't need to in this lifetime. But the majority of people will always have a bad relationship in one form or another, because you have to learn from that to get to the person or the place you need to be. Okay, so let's pull some final cards of guidance. I feel like I'm telling you off. It's like, I feel like it's just because it's the message that really needs to come through. It's like the message that needs to people need to hear this message, because people are relying on somebody outside of themselves to help them, where it's only themselves that can help them. It's only you who can help yourself, you know. Ooh. Okay, so other messages then to finish off, please. Okay, thank you. So we've got the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, Soul Tribe. The Initiation, Rite of Passage, Crossing the Threshold. Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? And Warrior Woman, have you answered your deepest calling? And I feel this basically says everything about what we've been discussing, is because there's people of us, that didn't sound right. Okay, so some people who are basically being called to action, and that basically means that you're being called to be the light for others. So, I mean, whether you want to class that as being me bringing this message out to you, because this is what I was guided to do, it could be that there's people out there, like with certain podcasts, that when you hear it, that it just resonates, whatever it may be. You're being called to come together with people, and whether you believe it or not at the moment, you're being called. If you're definitely watching or listening to this, you are being called to actually stand up, to become a member of a soul tribe, to become a member of this planetary evolution, a light worker, whatever you want to call it. You're being called to do it. You're being called to forget about, sorry, 1 second. Apologies, my dog was trying to get in the door. So, yeah, you're being called, and I feel with this Warrior Woman, she reminds me a little bit of like Archangel Michael with this sword, and it's like Archangel Michael can help cut the cords with people, places, situations, cut them energy cords, because this is what you're being asked to do now. You're being guided in some way to actually make this step to the next stage of evolution. It's like this initiation, it's a rite of passage, because you chose to do this coming onto this planet. And yes, the 3D world can get us all confused and mixed up and everything else, but it's like I said at the beginning, you need to have faith that what is happening within, behind the scenes, if you want to call it, whatever is happening within your subconscious, it's trying to escape now, it's trying to get out, it's trying to get to the surface, and you're being called to do this. Oof, wow, that was some message that needed to come through then. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comment section below. Like I said, this may not be for everybody. Whoever this is meant to get to, it will get to. And I'd just like to say thank you for listening. And I trust that whatever path you are on will be the right path for you. Blessings to all of you. Talk to you in the next video.